Survivor Season 40 Winners at War just concluded their season finale yesterday on May 13th. Before we get further into this recap, I just want to let you know that there are spoilers in this recap. The winner of Survivor will be revealed. So, if you have Survivor saved somewhere on the DVR, or you want to watch it later on CBS All Access, then definitely skip this video and watch it after you complete Season 40 of Survivor. Alright, it's time for me to do a quick recap of Season 40 of Survivor. A quick history about me and my fanship for Survivor. I've watched the first some odd seasons of Survivor all the way up to what I last recall was the Palau season. Then I would fall off a bit watching Survivor. For me, I'm more of a die-hard The Amazing Race fan over Survivor, but I'm still a fan of Survivor and enjoy the game. After falling off Survivor for some odd years, back in 2012 is where I would be reintroduced to Survivor again, and I would also watch these past seasons. I believe I restarted myself watching Survivor South Pacific, and then going on from there, the recent seasons that would release, 2 seasons per year. So I would be watching that and I would follow it since. Some of the seasons from Survivor are available on Amazon Prime. So that's how I got to see the past seasons like South Pacific, Survivor One World, and so on. With that set up about myself, about me being a fan of Survivor. Survivor just completed its 40th season. It is subtitled Survivor Winners at War. With the Winners at War subtitle, it is the entire cast of this season's competition are all previous winners of Survivor. With every single person being a previous winner, it made it for a really, really interesting season. And with this type of gameplay, with everyone being all winners, the gameplay evolved in a way. The gameplay also evolved with the introduction of fire tokens. These tokens earned by winning competitions, by doing certain challenges. These fire tokens are used for your advantage in the game. To buy for food, to buy for advantages, to buy for disadvantages to put on other people. It really introduced a new dynamic to this game. And with the fire tokens, this is one thing they should keep for the rest of the seasons, as it is a very interesting concept and it played out well. I have some opinions on how to improve the fire tokens. With the Winners at War season, they also returned the rules of the Edge of Extinction, where voted off castaways are not going back home. They go off into the edge of extinction. And if they were to survive through that time until a certain point, they are able to battle each other, those who are left by the way, to try to get back in the main competition. There is an opt-out choice where you could choose to go home and end your game. Like I said, there was so many new dynamics to this game because everyone is a previous winner of the game. They know how to win the game. And some of these winners were even looking for redemption because some of these winners were seen as not deserving to win their particular season. Which, yes, in my opinion, Michelle didn't deserve to win her particular season. Brains versus Beauty versus Brawn. In this season, legends like Sandra, the only 2-time winner of Survivor, Rob, his wife Amber, Ethan participated in this season. He being a winner from one of the oldest seasons. Ethan won season 3 in Africa. But I feel as though the majority of the winners presented in the season were from the recent seasons, which it showed between the old winners and the newer season winners that with the old winners, they were not used to how these new seasons play. there's so many different dynamics like hidden immunity idols, challenges within your camp. So there's different dynamics some of the older veterans have to contend with these newer players that won their respective seasons recently. Now, going into the finale, it was the final 5 with Ben, Tony, Sarah, Denise, and Michelle. The 6th person would be the winner of this battling back to get into the game between all the eliminated castaways in Edge of Extinction. A lot of these players accumulated fire tokens on the Edge of Extinction, to which they could redeem them for advantages in this competition, which Natalie had enough money to get all 3 advantages in this competition. It didn't start out well for Natalie, but when she was able to catch back up to the group and complete this game of rolling the ball into these slots, these holes, without having it fall off the main play area platform, Natalie would win and get back into the main game. For everybody else that has been eliminated, they head over to Ponderosa, to where they really prep for being the jury to choose the winner of Survivor. So the final 6 is now Natalie, Ben, Tony, Sarah, Denise, and Michelle. Michelle would win the competition for the immunity idol, and then Denise would get voted out. Since in the previous tribal council, everybody would use their hidden immunity idols, and it ended up being a vote between either Sarah or Denise. So after tribal council, a new hidden immunity idol would be placed into the jungle, to where Tony would just stay up and try to search for this hidden immunity idol. And then in the morning, everybody else went searching for it, and Natalie ends up finding the final hidden immunity idol. Tony would win immunity in this competition of the final 5. There was a dilemma of who was going to get voted out, and Ben gave Sarah his blessing about going with the majority and voting him out that night. With that, Ben gets voted out, and the final 4 is Tony, Natalie, Sarah, and Michelle. Natalie would win the final immunity challenge, thus leaving 2 other castaways that will battle with a fire making challenge to get into the final 3. At Tribal Council, Natalie decided to have Michelle come along with her to the final 3, and Tony and Sarah would battle out in the fire making challenge, which Tony would get that win. With the gameplay leading up to that point, it was pretty much, I believe, solid that Tony was going to win. But when Natalie came back, it really shook up the game a little bit until that moment of the fire making challenge. In the deliberations between the jury and the final 3, Rob mentioned to Natalie about why didn't she challenge Tony in the fire making challenge when they wanted Tony out, knowingly that Tony would win the game if he were to be in the final. And pretty much, in my opinion, that really solidified everything, where the majority of votes voted for Tony to win. Tony would win by 12-4 to 0. Natalie got 4 votes, Michelle got 0, which Tony becomes the second 2-time winner of Survivor, which I would vote the same way and agree with Tony's win of this season. Once again, it was another great season of Survivor. The Survivor formula doesn't disappoint. It is well formatted, well edited, well directed. The only real unfortunate thing to happen for this season is the coronavirus pandemic, to where stay-at-home orders are issued throughout the nation here in the US, and that we didn't get a reunion show and a show revealing the winner in front of a live studio audience. In my opinion, with this format of just showing the people at home and having Jeff Probst in his garage revealing the winners, it was a bit underwhelming, but understandable why they had to do it this way, and it is reasonable that they did it this way. At the end of every season of Survivor, I ask myself a couple questions. Is this one of my favorite seasons of Survivor? Yes. Yes, it is. Is it the favorite season of Survivor ever? No, not really. One last point and opinion I like to present to you is the fact of Tony being the second two-time winner of Survivor. How does his second win rank up with Sandra's second win? The thing about Sandra is when she played a second time in Heroes vs. Villains, she won a second time. And then when Tony played a second time, he played in Game Changers, where he got voted off pretty early, which I think they should have done that in this season. Tony's win in season 40 as another two-time winner of Survivor is great, but I think how Sandra got her second win, that it is better, and her accomplishments in this game is something to behold. She is the queen over everybody else and over Tony. With that, that is my recap of Survivor Season 40, Winners at War. It was a great season. Definitely revisit the season or check out the season if you haven't on CBS All Access, or if you record it off your DVR. Thank you for watching this video. Please hit that like button. Subscribe to the Spellgo YouTube channel if you haven't for more of my content. And as always, thank you for watching. The tribe has spoken.